CGI is for losers.
What are my thoughts on Christoph Waltz saying CGI is for losers? There is a little bit behind it. Now, do I think it's a poorly timed, bad thing to say? Yes. I do think that, like, maybe it is something that he slightly believes. I don't know. But if you actually watch the interview, it's said more in a joking manner. And I honestly think for the film, it's a film directed by Guillermo del Toro. And Guillermo del Toro is very, very, very famous for shooting things practically with like animatronics and costumes and like all practical effects. And then enhancing with visual effects afterwards. It's what he's really, really famous for. In fact, actually, his whole house is filled with like all of the props and everything that he has. So as far as like in the context of where this line was said, Christoph Waltz is an actor in this new movie called Frankenstein, directed by Guillermo del Toro. And Christoph Waltz is sitting next to Guillermo del Toro. And then someone asked the question, what are your thoughts about CGI? And Christoph Waltz says CGI is for losers. Now, it's probably an inside joke between him and Guillermo del Toro, where Guillermo del Toro's, probably like, hey, I always like to try to do things practically first before we do CGI. And so it's a joke that CGI is for losers, for people who don't try to do practical first. I don't think it's something that I think it's like a soundbite that can be very easily taken out of context and then thrown out into the world. And I think that's what exactly happened here. I think Christoph Waltz was probably just joking that, like, oh, if you just do CGI and don't try to do practical as well, then you're just a loser for trying to do it the cheap way. And so I'm not really defending him, because I don't think it should have been said in a public manner, especially right now with how people feel about CGI, and also CGI being kind of like elevated to like, or not elevated, but like compared directly with AI. I think that it can be one of those things that is a very hot topic right now, and like has a lot of what we say, there's a lot of contextual bias against it or for it. So all that to say, I would say for us, we know the difference between AI, CGI, and visual effects. Like, CGI is a visual effects, but visual effects is not CGI. Whereas everybody thinks CGI just means everything. And then now they also think AI and CGI are the same thing. So that's the general public. And so when someone like Christoph Waltz says this, he might not necessarily know himself everything that CGI is or visual effects are. So in his situation, I'm just saying, like, try to have some understanding of like, hey, he doesn't really know what he's talking about. And maybe it's an inside joke. I think that it's mostly an inside joke, especially in the situation of Guillermo del Toro sitting directly next to him. And then if you continue to watch that clip, Guillermo del Toro goes, well, I think that, and then he goes on to say exactly what I just said, which was that he likes to use practical effects where possible and then enhancing it with CGI. So that's my 2 cents on the matter.